Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. A bit scruffy today, but that seems to be the way we're all copying the valiant and courageous president of Ukraine. What a man, what a country, what a people. We'll talk about that in a second. But linked to that, when I was talking about the BAFTA lovies the other day, there's been a lefty backlash. And of course, the lefty papers only print the lefty comments, don't they? They don't print all the ones from people with any common sense saying, yes, what Jim meant was, are these people jumping on the bandwagon now saying, I will house a Ukrainian refugee, and God bless the Ukrainian refugees, but these are the same people that would ignore the veteran on the street or the homeless person. So there you go. And for all the people that have said to me, what have you done for the veterans? Look in your history books. Let's talk about one of these guys. He's a comedian. Let's have a look at him. His name is Sanjeev Kohli. So he's going to be a big star on the BBC with a name like that. I can tell you that now. I don't know how funny he is. He looks pretty funny. But this is what he said, and this is why I've got the ump with you, Sanjeev, if you don't mind me saying, and at the risk of being racist, because I don't like you personally. He said, and I quote, we must thank, well, it's not a complete quote, we must thank the armed forces for suffering the very real horror of Jim Davidson's comedy, so we don't have to. Well, that's quite funny, Sanjeev, but what do you know about horror? What do you know about our armed forces and horror? What do you know about the 255 dead, right, in the Falkland Islands? What do you know about the 30-odd thousand people from the task force that went down there and did and suffered and went through absolute hell and faced horror? Those Scots Guards on the top of Mount Tumbledown were fighting. They were fighting with fists, belts, bottles, you name it. That's real horror. So how dare you make ridiculous lightweight jokes out of our veterans? So shame on you. And as the veterans would say, wind your neck in, sonny. Okay? Have a go at me, Sanjeev, but don't belittle what our soldiers or our armed forces go through. If you want to see real horror, join the armed forces yourself. Or better still, get your ass out to the front line in some of the wars. I've done it. It might broaden your aspect a little bit. So let's move on to some good news. First of all, it's St. Patrick's Day, and me being half Irish is interesting. I was nearly all Irish, really, because my mum was from County Cork, and my father was from County Glasgow, and he was a Blue Nose Ranger supporter, and she was an Irish Catholic. Can you imagine the rows and fights in my house? But when I was about 2, Mum grabbed me and buggered off to Ireland and went back to her family in Fermoy in Cork. And fortunately, Dad made it up. They went back together, so I was brought up in England. Well, I could have been brought up in Ireland, and that wouldn't have been a bad thing. I have a great affection for the Irish people, and I hope today at Cheltenham all those Irish horses win and everyone has a good time and no one catches COVID like they all did 2 years ago. Another celebration as well. Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe is back home. Well done. I don't know if she's actually home yet, but she landed at Bryce Norton this morning. So well done, the Foreign Office, and well done our friends in the Oman, the Sultanate of Oman. They worked very, very hard. And well done you, the Iranian new government they've got there. Let's hope that there's a bit of light shining through from that country. I've never met an Iranian I don't like, actually. They're all smashing people, and let's hope that they take that footstep back into the real world. But the biggest footstep is across that threshold where Nazanin, that's the name of my mate's boat, Nazini in the arms of her husband Richard and Gabriella, her daughter. That really is a good news indeed. So happy St. Patrick's Day, and let me go and now speak to our members over in Ustream. You can join www.ustream.com. Sign up.